X 106. The psychic. The psychic were people with implants of mental auxiliaries of the Matrix, whose purpose were to ensure that human beings remained within the life pre-programmed from the Matrix systems. Everyone from the moment who are already born are pre-programmed, already disposed all in the Matrix, only walk that already disposed by the predators of the Matrix. And the psychic were persons placed by the Anunnakis without souls, without or almas originales, original souls, with implants of auxiliary mental systems, which were human beings who were more involved, is not out of the Matrix and remain in the Matrix, and that does not deviate at all. By absorbing them, their energies, before there were many psychic. That was completed in June 2012. The matter with this psychic was sure that souls were more involved would not discover who they are. So there is a mental system auxiliary within the psychico and an implant placed by the Nakis, an interdimensional system of the infra dimensions. And it looks the following way. It is located within the brain, in the outer layer, connected to the spinal column in the form of a giant spider, and then has a few tentacles going from the back of the human beings, as if it were a giant spider that comes out of his own back, as I said. It actually looks like a terrible giant spider. A human being also comes to a query to the psyche. They ask for specific information, but they are taking out these tentacles, and they connect them to the mental system of the human being, and also in the plexus, to retrieve all the energy, all the information about the human being, and then starting to say, I know this and that about you. Of course, just taking out the information. And then you ask for specific information, not that doesn't matter, because everything is default. So what happens when the psyche sits in front of a person, then passing it was the psyche was connected with the system or construction of your spirit and your mental system matrix, and connects to your past lives, past and your future. And notice, everything within matrix is not about who you really are or your liberation. It's everything to maintain you in the system matrix. As a predestined in matrix system, everything is in the construction of your spirit, is the existence in the matrix fully. All the information is in you, in your spirit matrix contraction system, that you have to make the psyche. So connect your spirit with your spirit. That's all. Because in your spirit is everything that belongs to the Anunnaki. That was that here and what is to come. So the psyche basically connects to you with those claws that emerge from its back, and connects to you on your back from the coccyx to the head, and then connects to your spirit in your solar plexus, and thus extract energy. The information is sucked out from you to the psychic, and extract the information to the psychic. Outer layer transmits it to your brain and sucks information for a moment. in that way is the psychic readings, because all of you, all that programmed Anunnaki exist in your mental system matrix. Your thoughts, feelings, desires, fears, everything that you have experienced is engraved there and saved there, and all that you have already experienced in this position of matter, all of this information already is inside of you, to not let go of the matrix. Then it is a psychic as a system plugged in another person, downloading information like a computer to a computer, and talking about the information, but in reality, the second you this enslaving more to the matrix, you this blocking. Going to see a psychic already shadowed by the matrix, and those people who wanted to see a psychic were the more generous to the matrix by their strong desire to be free of the matrix. But then visit the psychic lost all those longing for liberation, since the psychic extracted you their vital energy for his solar plexus, to ensure that consultant remains while clinging to the matrix, and thus it cannot deviate and find your release of the matrix key. The psychic were actually mental auxiliary systems to keep the slavery of the matrix. No matter what you ask, since they placed one of his claws back in the neck of the client, and everything was blocked immediately, and the information is unloaded, and that can read your thoughts. So as a step, the psychic have contact with the dimensional beings as well as channels and channels. So the psychic information you provided, and you said, oh, if you think that is what I do, then you fall into the trap of mental matrix systems, since all he wanted was to block your longing for liberation. The psychic told you that you don't exactly, that you do exactly what you were going to do. Sure. Even if you will not visit a psychic, because that already is default by the system of predestined of the matrix, is that now these more trapped in the reality of the matrix present system. That's all I can say about this theme at the moment, and the psychic channelership of the matrix in this very, very short video. October 2013. Second year, New Spiral Time, Hayaya.